Welcome to New Tech Showcase. This will be about instant double jump. The term is often used for both a buffered double jump and a quick double jump. In this video it will be mostly about buffered double jump, and mainly buffered double jump aerials. This is a global tech that many, if not all characters has a use for, in my opinion. We will focus on the basics of the tech and then go through some practical examples of ways to utilize this tech that is relevant to multiple characters. And we will of course also see some less practical usage too, later on in the video. Before we begin, I would like to inform you that on all the clips, the CPU is DIing and buffering air dodge. This might also result in a bit unrealistic early stocks in some cases. And all combos that utilize the lower platform on Battlefield can be applied to the platforms on small Battlefield. There will also be timestamps and table of contents in the description below for you to navigate through this guide. First of all, to perform this tech, I strongly advise to have a shoulder button mapped to jump. In this video, I will refer to that extra jump button as L. The way jumping works in Smash Ultimate can be quite a struggle when you try to utilize full hop, and it definitely has its limits due to the buffer mechanic. When it comes to this, instant double jump has potentially a lot of value. I would like to mention that all characters has different versions of instant double jump. Some have much higher double jump than the full hop, and some have lower, and sometimes multi-jump characters has something between a short hop and a full hop. Instant double jump aerials kind of replaces buffered full hop aerials from Smash 4. Compared to full hop aerials in Ultimate, instant double jump aerials comes out quicker and hits lower and cancels all momentum, similar to how attack cancel works. And last but not least, we don't have a double jump to spare. Let's break it down how this works. Within 4 frames, jump, then release jump, and then jump again. And you can input attack anywhere within these 4 frames, even before. This happens quite quickly. I will go through some effective ways to input this. The first method is with Y as jump. Just slide the thumb quickly over Y and A and then hit L. You can see and listen to the timing on my recording. It is basically the same with Pro Controller. When using this method, we have to be careful not to jump cancel our jump with up smash when you try to perform instant double jump up airs, or else you end up with a slightly delayed short of up air. We can work around this by not moving the left stick up until after we hit attack. Or we can time one of the jump inputs simultaneously as attack. That is where the next method comes in. Next up is with X as jump. It is very similar, but now we hit X and A simultaneously. With this method we can't jump cancel by mistake. So in a way this is the optimal method. The last one is about turning attack cancels into instant double jump aerials, preferably done with a claw grip. Let's do an IRR as an example. We basically do an IRR and then release the first jump button quickly enough to hit the next one within 4 frames. This is very effective if it can be performed naturally. I personally am not used to claw grip, but I can see the potential in this. It is important to keep in mind that we can regulate the initial momentum on the aerials by tilting the left stick in the way you want to influence your movement. This applies to the attack cancel method too. Tap jump is another method to utilize instant double jump aerials, and maybe the easiest. If you use claw grip or have jump on a shoulder button, you can use the C stick for this. You basically move the left stick up and then hit jump quickly and then move the C stick for your preferred aerial. I would like to mention that when using the C stick you are stuck with a set initial momentum. That means that you can't regulate your initial momentum with your left stick. So we can't angle our up airs or down airs, which is essential for some combos. Here's a few differences when using tap jump. You can actually get a full hop double jump when you don't buffer an aerial. It might be the fastest way to move vertically for many characters, so it could have some utility. Instant double jump is easier to input with tap jump due to no need of a release of the jump input. 2 and 3 frames is quite a noticeable difference. And the easy use of C-stick is quite handy. Since the C-stick overrides the left stick, you can easily drift away immediately after performing the aerial. For some reason, tap jump does not cancel grounded normals. It's not that much of a con, but the tap jump input gets nullified when buffered as a double jump together with an attack. Buffering instant double jump aerials out of an animation is not as technical as out of free movement. Let's use Mario's 27 frame down tilt as an example. We can buffer the initial jump and attack, if preferable, 7 frames before the animation ends. Then the rest is quite similar to the previous methods. Like with tap jump, the frame window for double jump is now 3 frames. It is also possible to hold the jump input, but then you have to make sure to release it at the correct timing. And if you use tap jump, you can just hold up during the whole process. This applies to all animations. If you input double jump too late, the result is different depending on if you buffer the attack simultaneously as the double jump or before the double jump. If you time the attack with the double jump, you get a slightly delayed double jump aerial, but if you input the attack before, you get a short up aerial. So depending on the situation, you can choose the option that is the least punishing if you should happen to misinput. That was all the basics I had on how to execute instant double jump aerials. I hope you are still with me, because this is where things get interesting. There are a lot of different uses of instant double jump aerials, but there are some typical traits that occur often that relates to many characters. So as an attempt to have at least some structure to this, I will go through the typical traits so that you can also keep it in mind when labbing this on your character. The first trait is that the aerial connects at ground level with a full hop multiplier and increased mobility. Since double jump moves slower than a full hop, some aerials has time to come out before we are out of reach. Some characters have forced landing on their short up aerials. Instant double jump can get rid of that and potentially just give you a stronger and safer option with more possibilities. Here's some more examples of the first trait. Sometimes it can also be a combo starter. The second trait has similarities to the first one. It is about covering a larger area with rising aerials. In Ultimate, the full-up aerials are often spaced too high to be useful as a combo extender or finisher at lower percent. In this case, we can use instant double jump aerials as a replacement to enable some really good combo extenders. The third trait is the fact that our aerial is buffered with great mobility and in many cases increases the speed of our hitbox reaching its target. This can enable new confirms or making already known confirms that are tight on frames much easier due to this text frame window, especially when buffered out of an animation. When aerials come out quicker mixed with higher altitude, there is a high chance that there is time for an extra aerial before landing. Either on the ground or on platforms. This can also enable more combos. Sometimes you can also trap your opponent after whiffing a confirm, or be used for shield pressure. The fifth trait introduces new auto-cancel options, or better auto-cancel options, like Pit Snare barely auto-cancels with instant double jump with no need of fast falling. This trait also includes instant double jump buffer fast fall auto-cancels. And auto-cancel options after buffering multiple aerials. And of course, this trait can also enable new combos as well. Or be used for shield pressure. And number 6, the late hits with instant double jump aerials are very consistent with everything being buffered. This gives Puff a consistent rest confirm with platforms. If the double jump is slightly delayed, you risk having too low frame advantage or getting the strong hit of fair. This is also a great option for tech chasing and can in theory cover all options, but it depends on different factors, like positioning, DI and where the opponent lands on the platform. And the last one is more of a neutral tool, but sometimes has uses in combos too. Instantly shifting or cancelling momentum can be used for general movement, controlling a combo's force, can be used for spacing aerials, is an effective way to cover platforms or landings on reaction, or even crossing up mid-combo, which sometimes also works like a DI mix-up. So that was all the typical traits, but we are not quite done yet. Some characters had so many ways to utilize this tech that I would like to show some more. And most of the clips from now on has multiple traits involved. Since I have covered all the typical traits, I won't talk so much and just have the necessary information in text together with the clips. I would also like to address that all SDI is frame perfectly executed in this video, so you might want to take that into consideration after I debunk a few of my combos later on. Also, because of me not wanting to make this video even longer than it already is, the coming clips and info moves on at a pretty high pace. Sorry about that, but feel free to rewind or slow down. Before we get to the end, I would like to just cover a few miscellaneous things about this tech that fit nowhere else in the video. Items can also be used with instant double jump, but since it can be jump cancelled, it is performed easiest with hitting the attack button simultaneously as one of the jump inputs. And the same traits benefits this. Also, young Link can C4 his bomb by instant double jumping, soft throwing the bombs on the platforms. Since all aerials are buffered with instant double jump, we have in some cases a consistent option to perfectly space aerials on landing by just buffering them. Rosalina can cancel her tilts into instant double jump aerials. Here is a cancelled up tilt into nair, up air, up air. This is quite doable if you are used to claw grip. Mii Swordfighter can actually make opponents slid off the platform with his 5th hit of dair. Instant double jump spaced it perfectly for that to happen, and it sets nicely up for a jab lock. It can also be set up from a grab on low percent. An instant double jump bair from Joker is perfect setup for a buffered gun into a sliding gun dash. When Marths performs instant double jump nairs at close range at high percent, he gets consistent tippers. The same happens with up air at any percent. And then there's this fellow who has the most random trait on his instant double jump dair, the instant dair landing. I have no idea how useful it actually is, but it can at least combo into grab at some percent, and a few other things. That was all I had in this video. I hope you liked it, and I really appreciate it if you're still watching. I might make some more videos featuring this tech, but maybe more specified on a character. Honestly, this tech goes really deep, so please lab it further and maybe tag me on Twitter or something if you find something cool. Questions are welcome in the comment section or in my DMs. I would also like to give a shout out to Yugea for making such a great training mod that just keeps getting better. It has been essential in some of my videos, and I owe him a thanks for each one of them. Do yourself a favor and please follow him on Twitter. If you would like to see more of this content, please feel free to subscribe or follow me on Twitter to stay tuned. See you later!